So you guys have other tips on things that you should do with images to get more out of your tweets?
Yeah, one thing that I have done recently that I've seen actually work really, really well is I installed a browser plugin. Well, I've had it installed for a while, but I started using it for Twitter, and it's called Awesome Screenshot. It's a great little screen capture program, right? You just kind of click on it, it sits in the browser like a toolbar, just a little icon, and then you can capture an area of the screen. And I do that quite frequently. I get to an article, and there's a particularly interesting paragraph or list or graphic or visual or photo illustration. And so I'll screenshot that, save it, send it in my tweet alongside the article, and I think that really does encourage more engagement, more retweets, more favorites, and just more people clicking on that. I can see that when I use Bitly for tracking the success of the tweets that I send. And so I think that's just a really tiny, costs you less than 30 seconds to do that, but if you can find something visually interesting about the pieces that you're sharing, and you can capture those yourself and then share them alongside the tweet, I think that has creates real opportunity for more engagement.
Well, it's highly relevant, right, to what you're talking about. It kind of fits in, it reinforces the point. It's using the fact that people are visual in the right way.
Yeah, I would take it one step further than what Ram was saying. Don't make users go out of their way in order to be able to create their own visual to post on Twitter, because a lot of users won't. You need to have what I like to call visual voice, but if you're blogging or creating content on your website, you need to add images to it using images that you've provided them. Over at Maximize Social Business, proud to be number 29 on the Inbound Org 50 Marketing blog list, but I've been passionate of making sure that we include an image in every single blog post, going back to our very first blog post in 2008 and creating our own imagery that would hopefully, if people wanted to share it, not only on Twitter, but obviously on Pinterest as well, which now drives second most traffic outside of Twitter for us, it opens up a lot of different opportunities. So from a content creation or content marketing perspective, you must include visuals. And even if you're a B2B like Maximize Social Businesses, there is a way to do it. On the flip side, if you yourself are curating content, which you should be, you're probably sharing a lot of content already on Twitter. Why not, if you have Buffer like I do, to share content? It's very, very easy if you find those images on a blog post to basically hover over the image where the buffer button, if you have it installed in Chrome like I do, should appear, and it'll automatically create the tweet with the photo embedded in your tweet that then you can post later. And I do find that those seem to get a lot more engagement than those that don't. But it all comes down to the relevance of the photo, whether you are the content creator or the one that's sharing. Obviously, graphs and data, infographics, these are things, if they showcase what the content is about, it's perfect. I don't understand why more bloggers don't include more visual, more data. Instead of just a link, show the data visually, right? And I think that they're going to be more, they'll be seen more as a resource. People spend more time on their site. It's really, it's good for everything vis-a-vis their content and social media marketing.
Yeah, no, that's great. A great addition. And since Rand mentioned Awesome Screenshot, which I also use, I'll throw out another tool there for people too. I use Canva for just really quick markup of images. Makes it really easy if you want to take a stock photo you've gotten or a picture you've taken, screenshot you've taken, throw some text on it, get a little nice background behind it, do some styling. These are things you can do to take something and just make it that much more appealing and that much more forceful. And the other thing that I just want to throw out there as an imagery tip is there's little subtle things you can do to avoid forcing people to think, right? And so an example is if you are in, like any tool today that allows you to create pie charts, they all have this big flaw in my mind. You get your pie chart, and let's say you have only 2 slices in it, and one's like 33%, the other 2/3. And this one will be red and that'll be green, and there'll be 2 labels down here. A green label says what's in the green one, and the red one, put the text in the pie slice. Don't make them go through the trouble of like matching these things up, right? You got to make it, It's funny, you wouldn't think, oh, that's hardly any effort at all. But those little touches of preventing the brain to spend another 10 milliseconds, 100 milliseconds, whatever it is, speeds up the processing time, will increase your engagement dramatically with your images. Very important.